This video is sponsored by Raid Shadow Legends.
Damn it, man, I'm a doctor, not a physicist. Are you actually suggesting they're from the future?
If you eliminate the impossible, whatever remains, however improbable, must be the truth.
How poetic.
Star Trek IV is actually happening, but it may have to go without fan favorite Karl Urban's Dr. McCoy character. After several false starts, to include a wildly speculated Quentin Tarantino phase, the long-anticipated movie is actually happening. In fact, you can set your calendars for December 23rd, 2023. The Christmas release came as a pleasant surprise not only to fans, but also to the actors who are supposed to be in the movie. Yes, that's right, Paramount announced the movie before they bothered to check and see if all the principal actors could even be in it. Why would a studio do this? The answer is troubling, and the truth may surprise you. With Chekhov's character not being recast due to the death of Anton Yelchin, can a new movie also survive without one of the Three Musketeers as well? The magic in the relationship between Kirk, Spock, and Bones was a key to the original series' success as well as the new rebooted movies. The high-octane classic love-hate bickering between Spock and Bones during 2016 Star Trek Beyond may have been the best part of the movie. There are multiple red flags we are about to show you, but the news about Karl Urban and his situation with Star Trek IV may be the most troubling of all, so you don't want to miss this episode. But before we break down Karl Urban and everything you need to know about Star Trek IV, let us quickly tell you why you should try today's sponsor, Raid Shadow Legends. It's time to raid. Choose legendary, epic, and rare champions. Explore millions of champion combinations and master countless tactics as you take on raid bosses, dungeon runs, campaign battles, and PvP arena matches. Raid is available for both mobile and PC. Check out one of our favorite champions, High Elf Bellinor. He has one job: hit one guy as hard as he can, then hide. He is fantastic for clan bosses and especially the Spider's Den. Bellinor also puts a 30% crit rate buff on the whole team when he crits with his default attack. We also love PvP goddess Abbess of the Sacred Order. She uses her enemies' strengths against them. She puts out decreased debuffs in an AoE, but also has a special power attack. Use my link below or scan my QR code to download Raid yourself and get a huge head start by clicking the link in the description. If you're a new player, you'll get a free epic champion, Tyrell, 200,000 silver, 1 energy refill, 1 experience boost, and 1 ancient shard worth almost $30 as soon as you get in game. Your bonus will be in your inbox. And join me in the ultimate Raid Shadow Legends. Extra rewards good for the next 30 days only, so hurry and download today. So when Paramount and J.J. Abrams announced that Star Trek IV was happening during the Viacom CBS Investor Day presentation, the wait was finally over. Abrams, who will be producing the new movie, told the audience that they were thrilled to be hard at work on a new Star Trek film, and that they would be shooting by the end of the year and featuring our original cast. Great news, with 2 big problems. First, the original cast hadn't been signed, and according to sources, most if not all of the franchise's primary talent were not aware that an announcement for another film was coming, nor that their names would be mentioned as part of the deal. And apparently they also didn't bother to check what key cast members might not be able to join the film before making the announcement. And that includes Karl Urban as Bones. Urban has been in the biggest science fiction and fantasy franchises of all time. From the Lord of the Rings trilogy to Thor, Star Trek, and even an uncredited role as a stormtrooper in Star Wars Episode 9, Urban's face turns up in iconic places. You can even trace his footprint back to the Hercules and Xena TV shows, and even Riddick with Vin Diesel. So the idea of doing Star Trek without Bones, and specifically Urban as Bones, is frankly unthinkable, but that is exactly what might happen. During an interview with Urban, who was promoting the upcoming season of his superhero series The Boys at the South by Southwest Film Festival recently, the actor shared concerns on his availability to be in Star Trek IV. Urban told Variety that he is shooting The Boys through the end of the year. so I literally don't know. I would love to work with those guys again. They are so much fun. We'll see. With Paramount setting their release date in 2023, it will make it impossible to get the movie out in time unless filming begins before Urban can finish on The Boys. But the situation isn't impossible. Even if Urban is working on The Boys, accommodations could be made for him to work on both projects. They did the same thing for Zoe Saldana, who plays Uhura, during the production of the first Star Trek movie back in 2009. She was also working on Avatar. The problem with Urban and Star Trek 4 is that The Boys is being filmed in Toronto, Canada, but Chris Pine wants to shoot Star Trek in Los Angeles. In a recent interview with Extra, Pine explained that he wanted to support the movie industry in Hollywood. He made a plea for the California tax incentive because all of Hollywood is leaving and going to England. If Pine gets his way, it will make it very difficult for Urban to play Bones again. But on a positive note, the Star Trek universe has one foot firmly in Canada with Star Trek Beyond, Star Trek Discovery, and the upcoming Star Trek Strange New Worlds all being filmed north of the border. There is one other wrench in the Dr. McCoy machine. Urban's The Boys character Billy Butcher has a beard, and trying to remove that digitally for Bones in Star Trek wouldn't be practical. Of course, Dr. McCoy did have a full beard in Star Trek the Motion Picture when he was drafted to come back to Starfleet while rocking his disco-era attire, complete with a groovy medallion. But a Star Trek 4 bearded Bones is very unlikely, and unless shooting schedules can be adjusted, it will be a challenge to get Urban in the movie. And I think we all can agree that a Kirk and Spock Star Trek movie without Dr. McCoy would destroy the magic and leave fans feeling that something was missing. So why would Paramount do this? It's a huge risk to announce a movie without actually knowing your actors can be in it, which is why we believe they likely didn't care. Like it or not, Star Trek streaming is good business for the Paramount Plus streaming service. Paramount surpassed 32 million subscribers by the end of 2021, adding 7.3 million during the year, many of those looking for Star Trek TV shows both old and new. We believe Paramount wants to continue curating content for both Star Trek fans and their streaming service while capitalizing on the movie actors for box office success while they are still relatively young. Abrams must have been very confident he could get Pine back as Kirk and Zachary Quinto back as Spock before making this announcement, because there is no way fans show up without both of them in the movie. JJ probably figured he could do a Star Trek movie without everyone else and introduce new and different characters if necessary. The good news is Urban wants to be in the movie, and it's likely they will make concessions to lock him down. Likewise, Zoe Saldana, who played Uhura, John Cho, who played Sulu, and Simon Pegg, who played Scotty, is also likely to return. According to Pine, the cast is all excited to come back. He said they're a tight family. They've been working together for 15 years and they are ready to get back to work and excited to see a script. Star Trek 4 failed to be greenlit back in 2018 when Pine balked over salary negotiations. While contracts are not yet signed, fans can be assured Paramount knows the actor's price target and, thanks to all the new streaming memberships, isn't afraid to pay it. So why are we getting the fourth iteration of the Star Trek TOS Kelvin timeline instead of something entirely different? Apparently it was market research. According to Variety, insiders say the studio has done market research to determine audience interest in the reboots, considering the long waiting period since Star Trek Beyond versus a totally new Trek film. Understanding what audiences want was critical to the studio since Star Trek Beyond actually lost money. But Paramount executives feel confident audience enthusiasm remains for a fourth movie. Without a script, there are still a lot of things that need to happen before filming begins in the fall of 2022. But with WandaVision's Matt Shakman in the director chair and overseeing a script written by Josh Friedman, who wrote Snowpiercer, there is a lot to look forward to. Plot details for the movie are thin at the moment, but it is expected to pick up following the events of Star Trek Beyond. For now, we'll have to wait and see. What do you think? Was Paramount wise to bring back Pine and the crew, or should they have started over with something new? Can the movie survive without Karl Urban as Bones? Will Scotty still have that weird little sidekick? Ugh. Let's talk about it in the comments below. And if you haven't already subscribed to our channel, please do so now. And give us a thumbs up if you want more news about your favorite shows. Also, click the notification bell to never miss an episode. And make sure you stay tuned to the end to see how to get this awesome Star Trek-inspired graphic design from the amazing artists at mixtees.com. Get 20% off your purchase by using coupon code THEPOPCAST. The link is in the description below.
Space. The final frontier.
These are the voyages of the Starship
Enterprise. Its continuing mission to explore strange new worlds.
To seek out new life.
And new civilizations.
To boldly go where no one has gone before.
Don't want the show to end? Become a Popcast member by hitting the join button to get exclusive content including special member live streams, Discord privileges, behind the scenes access, and so much more. Click join and let's hang out.